Hey guys, welcome back. We are here to do another mini bookshelf tour. If you really like this series, you can go check out the others. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series, you can go check out the playlist. It should be listed in the description box below. If I forgot to do that, please yell at me. Sometimes I just need to edit things and process them, and I'm dealing with a bunch of different things at the same time, and so little things some things, get forgotten. In this episode, we're going to talk about the middle shelves. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'll figure out where a good stopping point is, because this whole top shelf kind of sort of needs to stay together, I would say. Let's get in close here. There we go. Get in close. Sweet. Okay. So we have these two on the end. This one's a little sticky. At the edge of the orchard. I'm really not sure how much I'm going to love this book. I think I absolutely love the cover so much more. And I'm like worried that I'm not going to like the actual book, because I think it is... My mistake, I completely forgot to tell you. This whole middle section is like general fiction, but it kind of mixes between mostly literary fiction. There's some mystery, romance, all kinds of other things that do not fit in fantasy and do not fit in classics. That's what all this chaos is. Back to regular programming. Okay, so that is At the Edge of the Orchard. The Peach Keeper by Sarah Addison Allen. I love Sarah Addison Allen. I have yet to get to this book yet, but I'm sure that I'm going to love it as much as I love all of her others. Flowers of Darkness. This seems so creepy and eerie. Bit of a mystery. I think it is also a psychological, domestic... Oh, dystopian. What? Near future Paris. Struggling to write her next book. So this one sounded really good. I actually found this also at a Dollar Tree, so that's how it made it home. And I really like the cover art. I have got to read this book. It looks so cute. I'm sorry, there's a cat on it. That's all I need to know. Meet the New Boss. Starter Villain by John Scalzi. I think I'm going to like that one. My Murder by Katie Williams. Darkly funny, deeply scary. I think this has something to do with her being able to like anticipate her own murder or something like that. I'm not sure, but it looks really cool. Scarlet Underground. This is a young adult, like, kind of mystery. Why does this have a 2 on it? Alright, we have this Awayland stories. There are actually 11 stories in this tiny little book, and this is actually not a good place for it. It should be down in the other shelf with my short story collections. So I think I'm going to try to find a spot for it over there where it belongs. We have Amber House. This one really got to me because I love things that have a setting of a house. Maryland estate that's been in her family for 3 centuries. She's never wandered its hedge maze or explored its secret attics. She's never danced in the ballroom or hunted for diamonds said to be hidden in the walls. All of that is about to change. This is so cool. It's like a house with all these little nooks and crannies. It sounds like they're alluding to being able to actually put that exploration on the page. So I'm very excited for this one. That's why I picked that one up. Okay. The Unbreakable Heart of Olivia De Niro. Based on a true story. Provincial Sicily bursts to life with a jaunty hum of pop music and heady scent of wild jasmine. Dares to challenge convention, ignoring taunts of peers, mother scolds. I feel like I had already, because this is a really, look at this. This is a really long synopsis. I am not going to read that to you. I can't even recall that, but I think it really had me at the setting of Sicily, because I would love to read more books that take place within Italy. One of these days I will go there. Here's another John Scalzi book. It's bothering me that they're separated by so many books, but this one is a paperback and this one's a hardcover, so I don't want to put them together, you know. But this one is Red Shirts. I don't know what this one is about. Not really sure what this one's about, but it has something to do with aliens, so I'm here for it. The Kings of Infinite Space. One of the blurbs says, a macabre, funny, and very twisted satire of office life displays James Haynes as a wonderfully eccentric, entirely original writer. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. This is such a cool cover. Bare Necessity. This seems like a very touching story about grief. This 11-year-old boy has not spoken since the death of his mother. His dad is really struggling to get things together, and I think he gets a friend. Anyways, A Walk in the Woods, Rediscovering America on the Appalachian Trail. So this is a nonfiction. Honestly, I feel like it should be on the other shelf where I keep nonfiction, so I'm going to move that one. Another Sarah Addison Allen book, First Frost. I think this actually goes, this is part of a series. I think does it go with Lost Lake? I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to look that up because I think it is part of a series. The Last Unicorn. This was really interesting. When I had picked this up, I thought it was a children's book, but I think it's more for adults. And I just can't get it out of my mind. It's really good. I listened to the audiobook, and then when I found this, but I found it for like $1, I think, I want to say. Oh, yeah, $1. I decided to pick it up. An Italian Education. Uh-oh. This might not be the first in a series. Author of Italian Neighbors. Okay, well, this doesn't say it's part of a series, but it does say that his first novel, Italian Neighbors, this is kind of a spinoff from Italian Neighbors. Italian Neighbors is about the integration into Italian society and culture, and then this one actually follows the children. I'll have to do some research on that one and see if you need to read the first one first. But more Italian literature. Alright, Red Hill, I've had this for a while. This is actually a dystopian or post-apocalyptic. Widespread deadly outbreak begin to surface. The ordinary people face extraordinary circumstances, and suddenly their fates are intertwined. So technically this doesn't actually go here. This should find a place down there where all my science fiction and dystopian books are, but it is kind of full. So it's up here for now. Alright, Weird Sisters. This one has me on like sister vibes. I should probably get rid of this one. I honestly don't know. It's a crime thriller. So somebody's dead, somebody wants revenge. I actually think I'm going to get rid of this one. So, more space. Alright, Summer People. I think it takes place in like a boathouse, New England. Oh, New England, wealth. Yeah, it just seems like it has a lot of things that I just really like. And it takes place during the summer. So I kind of like those seasonal books. Readjust here. Okay. Letters from Yellowstone. This is an incredibly small book. Turn of the century Yellowstone, a young woman experiences the joys of wilderness and the passion of discovery. It sounds like it would be really good, again, for like a summer book. The Wildling Sisters. 4 sisters, a house with a past, one shocking summer. Just right there, pretty much all these themes that I really like. Crossings by Alex Landrigan. This is supposed to be kind of like a David Mitchell Cloud Atlas type of book where it's like a puzzle. Seems so incredibly intriguing, and I can't get past the cover. It's beautiful. Les, winner of Pulitzer Prize. Greer is exceptionally lovely writer, capable of mingling humor with sharp poignancy, narration elegantly laced with wit, cradles the story of a man who loses everything: his lover, his suitcase, his beard, his dignity. Hilarious and wise and abundantly fun. I'm starting to get a really nice collection of just funny stories, and I'm thinking it would be really nice to kind of have a specific place for them. Alright, we have this one, Sparrow. This is, I guess it's supposed to be kind of like a spiritual book, but it's also space themed. I'm not really sure. The Pirate Wars. A romantic fable of ocean-going Robin Hoods sailing under the banner of the King Death contrasts with the murderous reality of robbery, torture, and murder on the high seas. Non-fiction, maybe. I maybe should move this one. Okay. The Immortalist. First of all, this is one of the most beautiful covers. I love it. I keep forgetting what this one's about. Lower East Side. Word is spread of the arrival of the mystical woman, a traveling psychic who claims to be able to tell anyone the day that they will die. Ah, that's right. Okay. Light Between Oceans. I think what had me with this one, no. There. What had me with this one was that it takes place on an island. I think what had me with this one, The Lighthouse Between Oceans, is it really had me with like this island and a lighthouse. I don't know what it is about lighthouses, but I think that they're so interesting. Okay, and we have Elmet. This is a debut, A Wonder to Behold, utterly arresting novel about family, home, exploitation, violence, and most of all the loyalty of love of children under siege. Steeped in Yorkshire legend, possesses a rich and unfussy lyricism. A Double Life. This is about a girl that is keeping a secret. I tried reading it, and I don't know what it was, and I considered getting rid of it, and I was like, no, it needs more of my time. Because I feel like this is going to unearth quite the mystery, so I do want to finish reading that one. Alright, Heaven and Earth by Paolo Giordano. An epic novel of four friends as they grapple with the desire, youth, death, and faith. Every summer, this is another summer book, Teresa follows her father to a childhood home in Puglia. Lamb of... Ow! Your nails hurt. Shimmering heat and centuries-old olive groves. Everything changes the summer that she meets the three boys who live on the farm next door. Anyways, yeah. Oh, I had found this also at the dollar store. Is this one also... Oh, this one's also a dollar store book. Heh, interesting. The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro. Look, I bought this because it was a Kazuo Ishiguro book. I don't really know anything else about this book. Mockingbird, Portrait of Harper Lee. What is this? I think this is actually a nonfiction. To Kill a Mockingbird. Most widely read American novel, has sold 30 million copies and still sells 1 million yearly. Ow! But the book's author Harper Lee has become somewhat mysterious figure. After years of research, Charles J. Shields brings to life what are you doing? The warm-hearted, high-spirited, ow, and occasionally hard-headed woman who gave us two of American literature's most unforgettable characters, Atticus Finch and his daughter Scout. Yeah. Okay, that's actually a nonfiction. I feel like that needs to go in a different location as well, but we'll figure that out later. Okay. Ooh, this one's really sticky. This one is quite the feminist piece, which is different for me, because I'm very wary of very intentionally feminist pieces, because I don't generally agree with the extremist of it all. So this is called Too Much: How Victorian Constraints Still Bind Women Today. So I'm just really curious of what this book might have to say about women. Okay, scoochie. All right. Her Body and Other Parties. This is another pretty feminist work, but it talks about the violence towards women and the autonomy of your own body and things like that. So this has really been very popular on BookTube, so I'm happy to have a copy of this. The Couple Next Door. This is like a mystery thriller, domestic thriller, I believe, which that's my kind of thriller. This copy of Arthur Conan Doyle's The Hound of Baskervilles. This is a sticky version too. Saturday Night Ghost Club. This actually takes place in the summer, and I've just heard this is a really fun novel. It seems like it's going to be really fun. Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. This was 60 cents. Nice. It was a really cute edition. I like it. Year of Wonder by Geraldine Brooks. This takes place during like the plague. March. This one I don't want to read yet until I read Little Women, because this is kind of a fan fiction of Little Women, and it talks about the March sisters and their father, the story of their father or something like that. Anyways, Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. I think this is like supposed to be really hilarious, fun, quirky, out there tale of friendship and family. Girl Interrupted. I loved this movie so much, and I didn't actually realize it was based off of a true story of Tuesdays with Morrie. I have read this book. But it's just been so long. I read it so many years ago, like back in high school, and I was not a big reader then. I didn't have a lot of confidence with being able to connect with stories. So this was one that did stand out to me. So I'm just kind of a nostalgic pickup for me. Why Are You So Sad by Jason Porter. Like a well-stocked IKEA, Why Are You So Sad has everything you need for your home and your heart. Jason Porter has written an absolute intelligent and hilarious book. How we all sunken into the species-wide bout of clinical depression. Ah, okay. Interesting. This is a middle grade novel called The Bogart. It just sounds so freaking cute. No. Up there or down? Laura Siegel, Ladies' Lunch and Other Stories. I just love stories that like remind me of my grandma, of ladies sitting around talking about life and things like that, sharing their wisdom, and that's what this reminded me of, so that's why I got that one. Okay, Last Night at the Lobster. This is about waiters talking about their miserable job, and there was a part that I really did not like about this book, and I was going to get rid of it, but I felt that there's still something that I find incredibly interesting, and that I think that I was just being a little too hasty with it, so I decided to just keep it, and one of these days I will give it the attention it deserves. Turn of the Screw by Henry James. This is a teeny tiny little edition. I actually have another edition, so I kind of don't know why I still have this one. To be real, I guess it'll stay there. Marcovaldo, or The Seasons of the City by Italo Calvino. I've just heard that he's an amazing writer. Murder at the Cathedral by T.S. Eliot. The Burial at Thebes, a version of Sophocles' Antigone by Seamus Heaney. He writes a lot of these like retellings. He has a book of Beowulf as well. Pedro Paramo by Juan Rulfo. This is a story about, I think, a boy and his mom. It's supposed to be pretty hard-hitting, but also beautifully written from what I hear. Pat Hobby Stories by F. Scott Fitzgerald. One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. This one got my attention because the back says, a masterpiece squarely in the mainstream of Russia's great literary tradition. A literary genius whose talent matches that of Dostoevsky, Turgenev, Tolstoy, and Gorky. Men Without Women by Ernest Hemingway. I might actually see if that other book has this story, because if the other collection has the story, I could probably get rid of this one. A Thousand Cranes by Yasunari Kawabata. This is Japanese. The Red Pony by John Steinbeck. I actually have another edition of this as well, but I love this. I love these editions with the blue spines. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. I think it's really cheap. A Virtuous Woman. This apparently is a love story that says they didn't fall in love so much as they simply found each other and held on for dear life. But there might be something very controversial about this story, because apparently she was really young and he was quite a bit older. She's also widowed after a disastrous marriage. I don't know. At Night, All Blood is Black. That sounds so creepy, right? This is about the Chocolate Wars, French Army, World War I. White Castle by Orhan Pamuk. M for Magic. This is obviously a middle grade book. It looks so cute. Anything about cats? I'm kind of obsessed with all these different books that like feature cats that are about cats. I don't know. I love cats, I guess. Oh, is this short stories? Interesting. Humpty Dumpty's sister hires a private detective to investigate her brother's death. A teenage boy has trouble talking to girls and finds himself in a rather unusual party. Boy raised in a graveyard makes a discovery and confronts the much more troubling world of the living. Yeah, this is by Neil Gaiman. Me and Neil Gaiman. Sometimes it's like a 50-50 whether or not I get along with his books, but In the Skin of a Lion by Michael Ondarde. Intensely visual images, surreal, dreamlike episodes of powerful tale emerges upon the landscape of Toronto in 1920s. Creates a rich and vast world where fabulous adventure mingles with the exquisite sensual secrets of the human heart. Interesting. Little Fingers. A little town in Romania, a mass grave, is discovered near excavations of the Roman fort. Why are finger bones disappearing from the pit each night? Then we have this one with another cat on the cover called Ghost Squad. Ghosts are more than just the family business. Shortly before Halloween. Anna and the Swallow Man. I've been kind of keeping this one out to read during the winter, but that winter is passing and I haven't read it yet. Home by Toni Morrison. The Talented Mr. Ripley. I feel like I've seen this movie. Created a world of her own, a world claustrophobic, irrational, which we enter each time we sense a personal danger. American classic of inspiration for the motion picture starring Matt Damon and Gwyneth Paltrow. That's right. Actually, I don't think I actually saw the movie. Okay, this stack over here, we're starting with Pillars of the Earth. This is a book that I started and I do love. Like, I'll give it to him. He has a really captivating writing style. But Pillars of the Earth is like the first in the series. It's these people who are helping build a church. There's a lot of family stuff going on as well, which is really interesting. And yeah, I made it almost 300 pages, and I don't know why, but I just put it down. I didn't return to it. I did check out the TV show, which is also incredibly good. But I just think I need to finish this book. Also, my mom is a really big fan of Ken Follett, and she talks about him all the time. She's read a lot of his books, and I think I would just like to, share that with her, because I will be spending a lot of time with her this summer. Then I have Lies of Locke Lamora. I actually don't really know what this one about. I do think it is supposed to be a fantasy. There's a lot of YouTubers that I follow who actually really like this. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. Oh my god, I was so excited for this book. I thought it would be super good. But the other readers that I have been coming across are kind of saying they're not having a good time with this book, so now it makes me really nervous to try this out for myself. So it has kind of fallen by the wayside. I did start it. It is dense. It is really dense. Yeah, it is. Then I have Clash of Kings, because it is high time I get on with Game of Thrones and read this series. These are not, because of, I don't know what it is. When I read Game of Thrones, it was so fast paced that it did not feel like it was a very long book at all. I just flew through it, and so I don't know why I haven't continued on with the series. Clash of Kings would be the second book in the series that I should read. Oh, hey, look, and Fall of Giants, which I think is the second. No, this is a new trilogy, the Century Trilogy, so I feel like I would continue on with Pillars of Earth before starting a different one. I might go ahead and put this one away. And then over here I have this book. It is a nonfiction, New Orleans Ghosts, Voodoo, and Vampires Journey into Darkness. Pilgrim Tips and Packing List, Camino de Santiago. This is what we are doing this summer, so this is actually an incredibly useful and helpful book. My mom actually gave it to me to read, and I read most of it, but I actually need to probably finish this up because it's only 2 months away before we leave. Then I also have this one, Let's Go Spain and Portugal. It is a travel guide from 2008, but there's still a lot of really good information. There's only a couple. I think after I'm done reading this, I'll probably end up getting rid of this book though, because I really just wanted these two sections of it that are from the very specific places and things that we are doing. There's that. For time's sake, I think I'm going to wrap this episode up there, and organization's sake, because it's just it doesn't make sense in my brain. So next video, we're going to go ahead and do the books that are in the shelves below that. We have these shorter bookshelves. There's 3 shelves here and 3 shelves here, so this will be one episode and this will be another episode. And if you like this video, and you can subscribe and click the bell if you want to be notified when I post more videos. I hope that you like this. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.